Good afternoon, good evening, and good night, and welcome to Throwbacks, where we talk all things cool and retro. Today, we've got the brand spanking new Hasbro Pulse exclusive Luke Skywalker, Imperial Guard, and Princess Leia Organa in Boushh disguise. Now, of course, these two figures are from Shadows of the Empire. If you were around collecting Star Wars figures in, I want to say 1996, you were in for a treat, because it's like we got a whole nother movie that wasn't a movie, that was a video game and a comic book and a novel and everything else but a movie. It was pretty cool, believe me. Trust me, for sure. You can look it up. It was a thing. Anyway, let's look at these two figures, which they are pretty awesome. They come in a nice little purpley and black box, which will never be seen again. And has some pretty nice artwork on the back there. Always loved this costume they made up just for an action figure, apparently, because it really wasn't in the comic or anything. And if you can see that, you can pause it and read it, because I'm not going to read it to you. It's a lot of blah, blah, blah. But pretty cool. And, you know, the novel goes into a lot of detail, like where did Leia get her disguise from and so forth. It is really good. It's worth a read. Anyway, let's check these guys out. Oh, and they're ready to get out of there. And here they are in their little plastic thingamahooker. And there we have the backdrop of Coruscant, as told by Prince. All right, and that little stupid piece of paper they put in everything. All right, let's get them out of here. There is Luke. And, oh gosh, where did I put his stick at? There he is. Helmet. Our staff. I'm trying to not be so noisy with all the plastic, because it gets noisy. I know it annoys you guys, because it annoys me. Okay, where's his stick at? Did he not have a stick? Hang on just a second. And we are back, and as it turns out, Hasbro really dropped the ball here, and they did not give me a staff for Luke, because he's supposed to come with one. It even has the little, indention in the tray where it goes, kind of like Leia's did. So, well, that's a bummer. I'm going to have to send them an email or something. See if they can't send me one. Because, okay, right off the bat, if you get these, make sure you have a staff for Luke in there, because he's supposed to have one. And that sucks. And I noticed before I took him out that his left shoulder bell is fuckered up a little bit. So that's kind of a bummer, too. I don't know if you can see that there, but yeah, that's not cool. Let's see if I can put it back into place. Maybe I can. Because the right one looks okay. It looks like I can probably just scoot that back into place. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I don't really like the way they're put on there, to be honest. But okay, so let's look at Luke first. I do like Luke. I like this uniform. I always thought it was cool. It's got some new parts. It's like a kind of a modded Cody chest that we're going to get. Some brand new shoulder bells, some new arms, some clone hands. So, yeah, clone waist. New belt, new legs. So, I think clone feet. So they've, kind of gone out of their way to make some new parts, so that's nice. And it's pretty accurate to the way the character should look. A nice little cape that's, I think, molded into the top. Or it's probably a separate piece that they glued on. I'm not exactly sure, but given my luck with this figure so far, I'm not going to test it. But he looks cool. And he's not exactly true to the original figure. He comes with a black undersuit instead of a gray one. Here we have another case of stuff not being aligned. His knee was kind of crooked, but I can fix it. It's kind of a separate piece in there, so you can, if yours comes crooked, you can scoot it back around. You can realign it, so to speak. So, all right, and I'm still not happy with the way his shoulder bell sticks out on his left shoulder. Not cool. But I'm sure with a little fidgeting, I can deal with that. But not coming with a staff, that's unacceptable. I mean, these figures weren't cheap. Luckily, I have the Hasbro Pulse premium member, whatever you call it, where they give you free shipping. But considering the amount of figures I buy from them a year, I don't know if it's worth it. I mean, if they didn't have just, if I didn't get HasLabs for them all the time. But, all right, this isn't a Hasbro bash, although they kind of deserved it here. And he comes with his helmet. It is pretty detailed, pretty nice, pretty cool. I like it. And I know a lot of you have probably never seen this figure before. You're wondering what is the deal with him, but seriously, just check out Shadows of the Empire. It's pretty cool. All right, and the helmet goes on snugly, but it feels good. And, and he looks good with it on. And I would buy a bunch of these if they released them in the regular Black Series line. I think they're cool. All right, so enough with this guy. So Leia, I believe that's a new head sculpt. And I think no, same legs, no, okay. So really, maybe it's the same figure. We're going to compare. What does Leia come with? She comes with her big old tall bounty hunter staff. And, of course, a thermal detonator, which is nicely painted and detailed, and it's cool. So, but I really want to compare her with the last Leia, which this is the third one of these I've bought now. And just so you see, her helmet does go on nicely. And we will compare her to, I want to say this was the Archive wave. They kind of updated her a little bit. And right off the bat, there are a few differences. It looks like the older one's helmet is bigger. Kind of a weird thing, but I guess that means their head sculpts were definitely different, and I'm going to try not to mix up their helmets when I do this, but we have to compare their faces, of course. So, okay, well, it's a little different. What do you think? I don't know. I kind of like this face better still. It's like it's painted better. Yeah. What do you think? This is the new. This is the old. It's a slight difference. If paint noticeably different. And I think I like this one better. Sadly, they both still have long monkey arms, and the legs are the same. Whoops, sorry. With the little pins, and that bothers some people. It doesn't really bother me. I'm glad that they kind of corrected her height, because Carrie Fisher was very tiny girl. So she is noticeably shorter now, although they should have shortened the arms. And the other thing I thought was noticeable, and it's a bit of an upgrade, is here's her old cape. Which there it is, big old floppy thing. It is soft goods, of course, both of them are. Doesn't want to stand up, but well. And this one is just nicely done. It's more, I don't want to say subdued, but I feel like the material's a little bit different, and they've got it like kind of sewed down where it's not ridiculously flying around. Because in the movie you barely notice she has one because it's pushed to the back. So yeah, I think that's good. I mean, maybe I can just switch the heads on this one, and then this one will be my Leia Boushh disguise. Oh, so that's not much of really anything to write home about. But back to Luke, because Luke is pretty cool, despite his problems. Okay, again, I do like this figure. I think they did a good job on it. I mean, they got one shoulder bill right, so I assume that's just an issue with mine that I got. Like the missing staff, which hopefully they send me another one. And, of course, there's no old... This is the first time we see this guy in Black Series, so there is his Shadows of the Empire figure. And I do like the more maroon red better. Don't ask me why. I'm just used to it, I guess. But it's a fairly faithful representation, despite them using existing clone parts and whatnot. But... you know, I actually made a costume of this for Dragon Con one time, and I did use a clone chest and back for this, so they're not far off. Yeah, so there he is, pretty similar. I mean, almost not identical, but very similar cape. Arguably, this one looks better, more detail. And you will notice the biggest difference is this one has a staff, which is what this freaking guy is supposed to have. So, try not to be bitter. Try not to be bitter. I will cross that bridge after the video. And that's what he looks like. And you saw him already. And, of course, the modern Black Series is night and day, heads and tails and fences taller than and better and gooder and more better than the old mid-90s sculpts. So, you know, kind of no contest there. But, yeah, this figure was really awesome for its day and still holds up, really, to be honest. I think they interpreted a lot of the costume parts really well. Even though they gave him a little Cody rank thing instead of whatever that is on his chest. But all right, so anyway, I don't want this video to be super long. You get the drift. Got these from Hasbro Pulse. They're still there if you want to pick them up. Hopefully you get a staff with your Luke. So they're cool, I guess. If it wasn't for that and his messed up shoulder bell, I'd probably like these a whole heck of a lot more. Obviously, you're getting my first impressions here, which, you know, sadly aren't as positive as I would like them to be. And, you know, we didn't get much of an upgrade for the Leia, which is kind of sad. But it is what it is, and that is her in a nutshell. So get these guys if you like. Shadows of the Empire is pretty cool, I promise you. And there is Prince Exizor, which remains the best figure of this line so far. Hopefully next we get a Dash Rendar and maybe a Chewie and Bounty Hunter disguise, but we will see. We will see. And until then, me and Big Buddy Brad, thank you for watching this video. We do have new ones every single day, so please like, subscribe, leave us a comment, share the videos, tell us what you think. If you don't like this video, we got plenty of other ones. We are going to throw one back. And until next time, we'll see ya.